25th, Ghana joins the rest of the continent to mark the Africa Union Day. Hitherto, this day was marked with a lot of sense of belonging and passion towards the drive for a one Africa. However, several days earlier, there was no mention of this day, no attention given to it at all, and raised the question of whether or not the AU Day has lost its significance in the country and generally on the continent. And those are some answers, some questions I'll be finding answers to today.
For me, I don't think, looking at the current situation in Africa, the best that our leaders could do was to declare an AU Day as a holiday, because we have a lot of challenges. And I believe that this rather should give our leaders an opportunity to tell us what really we need to do in action to transform our continent. Because we have the United Nations Day, but it's not a holiday. And those in the developed world rather that have done a lot don't normally consider most of these things as a...
I think we have to discuss about the development of Africa. Africa's development is we are behind. We are behind, especially if you look at what is happening at Boko Haram. Okay. Yeah, people are being killed. Schoolgirls are being brutalized every now and then. And then you call this one total unity. We've not gotten there yet. I believe much need to be done in terms of, liberation.
Then there are those who simply are rather vague on this topic, though the holiday that comes with it is very much welcome.
The AU is just African countries coming together as one people, and yeah, I think it's really good for African countries to come together. African countries to come together as one people to live as one people. It brings peace and order to the nation. To the continent. Yeah.
There was one time they're talking about like one currency or one nation or something like that. If there's one currency for start, but that would take a long time to achieve. But if that goes on, I think our currency in general might be stronger. But what we can do is up to our leaders. We have the right leader.
And I wasn't even aware that it was a holiday. A friend told me yesterday.
But who can be blamed for the lack of knowledge when it comes to the one thing Africa may need to be a world power? A lack of interest among younger generations? For Ebenezer, the onus lies on our leaders to instill in our young people the winning passion for a one Africa through the Africa Union.
Well, I would like to say there is no perfect institution. They're doing their best, but their best has to actually come out to be more proactive. And they must get the youth involved to tell them what they think. It should be they should be able to meet the youth halfway, where the world decide on what they think should be done, because you need the experienced and the inexperienced as well to be able to move ahead.
The union's usefulness is directly affected by the contributions from member nations from the very impoverished continent. Perhaps that is why it seems helpless in the face of devastating developments on the continent. Africa Day may be marked every other year on the 25th of May, but if it is to continue to stay significant, individual nations must consider luring the youth into the conversation for a new and united Africa.